Thing.
Okay. I'm here with Meredith Vieira at NBC Studios. Hi, Ms. Vieira. It's an honor to meet you.
It's
and
an honor to meet
so
you.
Much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Who are your role models?
Well, probably first and foremost my parents.
Yes.
Because they taught me how to live a good life. My dad was really hardworking. He was a doctor. He's passed away, but he was what's called a general practitioner or a family doc. Back in the days when if he got a call at 2 a.m, he would go and see his patient. So I learned from him a lot of things about caring, about people and hard work. And he was a very decent person. Do you know what I mean? He was just a kind person. And my mom was also very kind, but she was tough in a day and age when a lot of women, were a little scared to speak their mind. My mom was one of those people who said exactly what she thought and felt that girls could do anything boys can do and more. And so I had 3 older brothers and then me, and she instilled in me that belief that you can be anything you want to be. It doesn't matter what your gender is.
Yes.
So they inspired me to work hard, to achieve, but to remain humble.
Yes.
Because humility is a good thing in life.
They sound great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What is your proudest moment?
Oh, probably, maybe proud isn't the right word, but I have 3 children and all 3 births. My family means everything to me.
Yes.
At the end of the day, that's the most important thing, in my view. So the births of Ben, Gabe, and Lily are very proud moments for me. I had a lot of trouble not getting pregnant, but staying pregnant. And so the fact that I was able to have these 3 beautiful children is a source of tremendous pride. And they've gone on, they're all in their 20s now, believe it or not. And they're all, they've launched. They're like little birds that have flown out of the nest, and they're all doing well. So I feel a tremendous sense of pride along with my husband that we did our job.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did your job very well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, don't ask them that, because
Okay.
I'm not sure if they'd say that, but
Yeah.
no, I think they would. Yeah.
Yes.
And I also have, I'm proud of the direction my career's gone in, because I've always sort of felt that, people, and I think you might find this out as you get older, sometimes you can get so worried about work that you get a job and you just stay with it even if it's not the job you love. And I've been able to switch jobs a lot to sort of follow my heart and my passions. And it's, for me, it was a big leap, but it was the right thing to do. And I'm proud that I allowed myself to make those choices and didn't operate out of fear. Sometimes you're so scared that you won't have another job that you stay with something that you don't love. I would say to you, you seem like someone with a lot of passion.
Thank you.
Find a passion and then make it your life's work, and you'll always be happy.
Yes. You followed your heart very well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What is the most challenging part of your job, and what is the most rewarding part?
The most challenging depends on the day. Sometimes it's just getting up in the morning because I'm not a morning person. Especially when I did the Today Show, that alarm would go off at 2 a.m. and I go, oh no, I can't do this.
That's so early.
So because it was very early. And it's challenging, you have to do a lot of homework. I think you probably know this as a reporter.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared all the time because you never know what direction an interview will go in. So it's important to know your subject and to really research them, and that's not easy.
Yes.
You really have to work at it. You just can't walk in and be cavalier and just assume I can wing it. I don't believe in that. I believe in preparation. So that's the challenging part. The other part you said most rewarding?
Yes.
On a show like this, it's the opportunity to tell stories and to people who would not have heard of them otherwise, to introduce an audience to an individual who's doing something remarkable, but very quietly in their community, and we get a chance to toot their horn for them. And that's incredibly rewarding.
Yes.
I like that more, actually, Shayna, than I like interviewing celebrities or politicians. Not that I don't like them, but very often when they come for an interview, they have what's called an agenda. They're either, selling a movie, or they're selling themselves as a politician, and they have a set idea of what they're going to say, and they stick to, basically, it's programmed. They, no matter what you ask them, they stick to whatever their script is in their own head. And I get why that happens. I understand that. But that's why, people that are so-called regular folks, they don't do that. So you get a sense of who they are much better than you do often the sort of A-list people.
Yes.
Because they're a little more reserved.
My mom agrees with you with both of those
Okay.
things, probably. Did you always know you wanted to be a journalist?
I never thought I'd be a journalist. It's funny because now in retrospect, when I became one, I couldn't quite believe it, and my dad said to me, well, I'm not surprised. I said, well, why would you say that? He said, well, my dad my grandfather, who I never knew on my dad's side, my dad's father,
Yep.
he had been a priest actually who fell in love and left the priesthood, and they were from a place called the Azores, which are islands off of Portugal, and he had come here and married a sweetheart that he met as a priest, which is kind of a no-no. But anyway, when he left the church, he started a newspaper in Fall River, Massachusetts, and it was the first Portuguese-American paper in the country.
Oh.
But I never knew that because I never knew him. So it was kind of, I think it was in my blood,
Yes.
and I wasn't aware of it. And as a little kid, my brother and I used to have a little newspaper that we wrote. It was basically gossip in the neighborhood,
Oh.
you know, and I was around your age. But I never took that seriously. It wasn't until I was a senior in college. Didn't know what I was going to do, was sort of lost. I was an English major, an astronomy major, a French major, a math major. You getting the idea that I didn't know what I was doing? And finally, at the beginning of my senior year, I was brought in to see the dean, and he said, if you want to graduate, you have to pick a major, because you have to, when you're in college, you pick a major. And I picked English, because I love to read and to write. And then in January, I graduated in June, January of that year of 1971, I took a class in broadcast journalism just for fun. The school didn't even offer journalism as a regular course. This was just something for that one semester. And it was taught by a reporter from CBS Radio in Boston. And at the end, we had a project, and we had to break into groups and report on a story, write the story, and then narrate it as a little documentary, radio documentary. And we all reported it, we all helped write it, and then they needed one narrator, and I was the narrator for my group. And they brought in somebody from CBS News to critique them, to give you advice.
Yes.
And after the gentleman heard ours, he said, "Who's that voice?" And I raised my hand kind of like this, and he said, "I need to see you after class." And I thought, I'm in trouble, I don't know what's going on, I don't know this man. And he said, "What are you doing when you graduate?" I said, "I don't know. I just became an English major so I could graduate." And he said, "I know you have a big career in broadcast journalism." And he hired me to be an intern at CBS Radio in Boston. So it was a total fluke. I never would have even thought of it, to be honest with you. And then I found that I really liked it. I think mostly I don't know why you like reporting, but I like it because you do a story, and then when it's done, you get to go do another story.
Yeah.
So you get to experience so many different things. And maybe because I don't have a great attention span, so like a little kid, I love to dip my toes in lots of different subjects.
Yes.
And that's what always appealed to me. And I love storytelling.
Is it safe to say that you were the best narrator?
I don't know that I would say that. At that time, I think he thought I had a good voice.
I think you're the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're not bad yourself, kid.
Thank you. What do you enjoy doing when you aren't working?
I love, I love animals.
Yeah.
We have a dog, Jasper, and 2 cats, Felipe, Noir, and Sweet Pea. So I love being around them.
I heard you like hiking.
I love hiking. You did your research.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed. I love hiking. I love getting out in nature. And taking Jasper for a long, long walk and sort of getting lost in my thoughts. I don't really use what do you call it? An iPod? Yeah. I'm not really because here I have to keep something in my ear. It's called an IFB, so the producer can be talking to me when I'm there. You might not know that, but I had an earpiece.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
And so when I'm not here, I don't like noise in my ears.
Oh.
So I love to just walk with the dog and sort of lose myself in thought and listen to the birds. And that to me is very special. It helps you reconnect.
Yes.
You know, when you work in a city like this, which is all concrete and big buildings, it's nice to get away from it and just be out in nature.
Yes. What are 3 things you can't live without?
Wow, I'm pretty much a minimalist. Things don't mean a great deal to me, but you mean besides my family, you mean
Yeah.
objects, 3 objects?
Nature?
Well, sure, nature would be one, for sure. Probably my my head ties, or my hair ties. I love my hair ties because my hair is always in my face, so I like them. I can't live without laughter.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
I can't imagine a world without laughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be a sad world.
It would be a very sad world, yeah.
Last question. What is your favorite meal and dessert?
My favorite meal is, I don't eat it anymore because I'm trying not to eat red meat, but when I was a little girl, my birthday was December 30th. And back then, we never had birthday parties, they were family parties.
Yeah.
And my mom would make me my favorite meal, and it was always a steak. It's called London broil, medium rare, and mashed potatoes and peas. I love that meal. And then chocolate cake with vanilla icing. So I say that now, I don't even have that anymore because I don't really eat red meat, but it brings me back to when I was a little kid and when my parents were with us, and it's just very comforting. So that's what I think of.
I don't think I ever tried red meat, but it sounds great if you like it.
Yeah, well, are you a vegetarian?
No.
Are you a pescatarian? Do you eat fish?
No.
Do you eat chicken?
Yes, I love chicken.
Yeah, you love chicken, yeah. Well, red meat, I don't miss it. It's okay, but I do associate it. I associate it with my mom and her doing something very special for me every year on my birthday. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this interview, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Your show is amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. What do you want to do when you get older?
I want to be a hedge fund manager.
Really? So this is just for now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to school where your son goes to school, Harvard.
Harvard? You already know that's what you want?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very good school.
Yes.
But you know what? Just to tell you, I'm sure you'll get in, but I didn't get in. That was my first choice, and it really upset me at the time, and I thought, I'm never going to amount to anything. I didn't get into Harvard.
You still went to a great school.
I went to a great school, Tufts, and if I had not gone to Tufts, I probably wouldn't be doing this now, because that's where I happened to take this course.
Yes.
If I had gone to Harvard, I probably never would have taken that. That course might not have even been available. So I think no matter where you end up, if you've got a desire and a drive, you will do very well, and you've got both of those.
Thank you.
So you'll be a great success, whatever
Thank
you choose to do. Such a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
You
Thanks,
too.
honey.